All right, welcome back, everybody. So, okay, I'll be honest. I'm not running for office or anything. I think the U.S. government's going broke. Just going broke. Question is, what to do about it? The answers will come from our next guest, Steve Forbes, Forbes Media chairman, editor-in-chief, and author of the excellent book, by the way, Inflation. By the way, on inflation, I want to talk to you about the budget. CRB Commodity Index, which has everything, gold, silver, oil, you know, the thing's been flat, way down from the peak and flat for the last 6, 7, 8 months, which is a good sign. I mean, that's part of your discipline, the commodity value of the dollar and the commodities leading indicator.
Which tells the Federal Reserve you don't have to trash the economy to cure inflation.
Right. I mean,
stabilize the dollar, look at commodity prices. We've done it before. We did it in the late 80s and 1990s. It works. Not perfect, but it works better than what they're doing now.
This was your view, Wayne Angel, Manley Johnson, Robert Heller, the old Reagan appointees to the Fed. I just thought that. I look at you and I thought about it. I'm sorry, but no, because you've been a pioneer. You emphasize gold and commodity price rule, and these guys don't look at that. They don't look at it. They never even talk about it.
No, they don't. They never. No central banker talks about the value of a currency.
Right.
Basic.
The
definition of inflation.
The real value, right?
The real value.
Yes. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No.
And so they're flying blind.
That's why people should read the book. They should read the book. Steve, I think we're going broke, okay? And I want to be honest. Look, this is not the moment for Social Security and Medicare reform. You'd probably need a more sympathetic president, for one thing. But the fact is, all the estimates show that Social Security and Medicare might have a 10-year shelf life, might even less than that in terms of Medicare, the hospital fund, and so forth. So nobody wants to be honest. It's a big distraction because Biden doesn't want to cut the budget even, you know, in a continuing resolution for the debt ceiling. So I want to ask you what your own views are, because I think politicians should be honest with people.
Well, what they should be honest about is you don't need root canal to solve the budget problem. Reagan did it. Kennedy did it. Coolidge did it in the 1920s. Growth cures a lot of problems. If we grow 4%, government revenues soar. That buys huge time on Social Security, Medicare. And on Social Security, what the Republicans should be preparing is, let's save it for young people. Let's have a portion of their payroll tax, which they earned, go to their own personal retirement accounts, have all the usual restrictions. But young people would learn at an early age, what is capital? Your labor is creating that capital. You're going to have less tolerance if politicians are going to mess around with what you earned and what you want for your future. You get more benefits and everything else. So take a positive approach. And on Medicare, go to the whole health care system, which is still all third party. Now, more than ever before, because companies now have high premiums, have high deductibles, high copays, people are paying more out of pocket than ever before, so they want to know what prices are. You're starting to get a consumer market. Encourage that. There's no reason why in healthcare we can't have what we have in the rest of the economy, more productivity, and that is more healthcare at more affordable costs. You take your handheld, PC or whatever it is you have, fraction of what it is, literally, a supercomputer in your hand. What's the size of this room? Now, 1,000, 1,500, would have cost millions of dollars. We can do it in healthcare. We see it in parts of healthcare. And so why not go for that? That's the way you cure Medicare.
More transparency.
More transparency.
Is very keen on the transparency.
And have medical savings accounts for Medicare.
Right.
You offer a couple. You don't take anything away, but you say, let's have a Part G, G for great. And say, you can have $20,000 couple in your savings account. What you don't spend is yours. Don't you think they would start to police that market? And you know if you go above the 20, you're covered for virtually everything. Give them that as a choice. You'd see 99% go for that. You'd have a consumer market there. Consumerism works. Markets always,
choice.
Always.
Competition.
When you have competition, when you have choice, guess what? Scarcity turns into abundance.
So you're saying you can have reforms through deregulation. You don't have to be cutting and slashing and taking benefits away.
Instead of just focusing on the program.
You don't have to be raising taxes.
Ask why the program is in trouble. Why is healthcare in trouble? Because we don't have real free markets yet. We're starting because consumers now want to know what things cost instead of having to pay more than ever before. Encourage that. And markets work. And this idea that healthcare is different, well, every market is different, for crying out loud. But free markets work, free people, always finding ways to do things better. Great things coming along in healthcare in terms of cures, reducing disease,
lower costs,
vaccinations, and the like. And so, in terms of Social Security, say younger people, you're going to control it, not the Washington politicians. You'll own it, not the Washington politicians.
So make it like a defined contribution, a 401k, okay?
Yeah.
You want to invest in the stock market index? You could invest in a bond market index. I mean, actually, I think bond market indexes have outperformed what you're going to get out of Social Security. The real returns down through the years, I think, have dropped to 1% or less. You could do better than that in bonds. You could do better than that in stocks. And then the government doesn't have to keep ponying up more and more money.
And you choose when you retire. You might decide at 60, I'll annuitize half of it, save the other. You make the choice. We trust you, not the Washington politicians. Use Washington as a foil.
So let's do it with competition and free market reforms and deregulation. And let's be honest with people. Let's show them the options, and we can have good. These are positive solutions.
Yeah. Give them a positive alternative.
Don't lie. Don't lie to them. There's a problem. But here are the solutions.
People sense that there's something going wrong, which is why they think the country's not going in the right direction, despite Joe Biden saying prosperity's just around the corner. We heard that in the 30s. We don't need a repeat of that.
So we don't have to go bankrupt.
we can turn it into the greatest prosperity ever, just as we did in the 80s. We were going to do it again a few years ago, and then we got sidetracked. We'll do it again.
Steve Forbes with fabulous ideas, as always. Let markets work, folks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Terrific stuff.